Today I want to talk to you about a topic that I believe all of us have pondered at least once in our lives. Everything happens for a reason. This seemingly simple phrase carries profound meaning. Sometimes we go through difficult moments, failures, or even losses, and we find ourselves asking, why me? Why is this happening? Every time I reflect on this, I remember this phrase, and today I want to share with you the thoughts, experiences, and lessons I've gathered in my journey to answer that very question. First, I want to discuss a situation that many of us might have experienced or will experience in the future, being laid off due to market conditions. This isn't about losing a job because of personal incompetence or mistakes, but rather because of external factors such as an economic downturn, a shrinking market, or financial difficulties that the company faces. There have been times when the global economy has crashed, forcing businesses to downsize. Even though they don't want to, payroll becomes unsustainable, revenues decline, and to preserve the survival of the company, they have to make difficult decisions. If this had happened to me when I was younger, I might have felt devastated, as if the world were collapsing beneath my feet. I would have asked, why me? What did I do wrong? I might even have felt betrayed because, despite giving my all, I couldn't hold on to my job. Those negative thoughts could easily take over, pulling me into a spiral of self-blame and disappointment. However, if it were me now, I would think differently. I would ask myself, could this be a sign that I need to find a new direction? Perhaps the market has changed, and I need to adapt to those changes. Being laid off isn't merely a sad event. It can also be an opportunity to reassess myself, to reevaluate the path I've chosen. Sometimes within bad luck lies good fortune, and it is in moments like these that we have the chance to step back and think about what truly matters to us. Analysing it more deeply, I realise being laid off isn't the end. It's an opportunity for me to look back at myself and evaluate what I've done. The market is constantly changing, and if I can't change with it, I will be left behind. This experience teaches me about flexibility, about not becoming too attached to a single job to the point where I forget that I need to continually learn and grow to adapt to the world's changes. Consider this. When the market fluctuates, companies face enormous challenges. Payroll is no longer sustainable, operational costs are high, revenues are declining. In such a context, even though they don't want to, leaders are forced to make tough decisions to protect the future of the company. They must choose between cutting staff or allowing the company to fall into deeper crisis. It's a heartbreaking choice, but a necessary one. If I look back from another perspective, I will see that being laid off isn't just a sad event. It's also an opportunity for me to reassess my skills and values. Maybe I got caught up in the daily grind of work, forgetting to develop myself, forgetting to improve my skills, to prepare for new challenges. Being laid off might be the chance for me to pause, reflect, and set new goals, to become more adaptable, stronger in the future. For example, I might ask myself, have I really given my all in this job? Are there skills I'm lacking? Is this an opportunity for me to learn new things, to better prepare for the future? Sometimes a career isn't just about holding on to a position, it's about continuously developing, learning, and enhancing my value. When I view being laid off from this perspective, I see that it isn't a failure but a turning point, an opportunity to start over with a new mindset, better preparation. I can also reflect on how I reacted when I first learned about being laid off. If it were me in the past, I might have panicked, felt powerless, and not known what to do next. But with maturity and experience now, I would look at it more calmly, accept reality, and seek out new opportunities. I would ask myself, what can I do to turn this situation into an opportunity? Is there a field I want to explore, an industry I want to try that I haven't had the chance to before? This change might be the motivation for me to step out of my comfort zone, challenge myself, and explore new possibilities that I never considered before. I remember a very wise saying, "When one door closes, another opens." Every time I face a challenge, I always try to see it from this angle. Being laid off might take away one job, but it could also open up new opportunities, new doors that I never thought about before. The important thing is that I know how to recognize, seek out, and be ready to seize those opportunities when they come. Moving on to the second situation, I want to talk about dealing with the failure of a relationship. A relationship here could be love, friendship, or even family ties. Every relationship has its ups and downs, its difficult moments, and sometimes we have to face the fact that the relationship is no longer what it once was, or worse, that it has completely fallen apart. In the past, if a relationship ended, I might have easily blamed the other person. Why did they hurt me? Why did things go so wrong? I would have felt wronged, hurt, and perhaps even told myself that I was wrong to trust in that relationship. The end of a relationship often brings with it negative emotions, pain, and regret over what has passed. But if it were me now, I would try to look at the problem from multiple angles. I would ask myself, did I do everything I could to maintain this relationship? Is the fault only with the other person, or does it also lie in how I behaved, how I reacted to the difficulties? I believe in every relationship, responsibility never falls on just one side. When a relationship falls apart, perhaps both sides have shortcomings, mistakes that need to be recognized and corrected. Analyzing it more deeply, I realize every relationship brings valuable lessons, whether in happiness or in pain. When a relationship ends, I can choose to wallow in the pain, or I can choose to learn from it. I can learn to love myself more, set healthy boundaries, and seek relationships that truly add value to my life. I believe the end of a relationship is similar to being laid off due to market downturns. It's a turning point, a moment when I need to pause, reflect, and reassess the path I'm on. It's an opportunity to find balance, to learn more about myself, and to prepare for better relationships in the future. Every time I overcome the pain, I find myself stronger, more confident, and more ready to face the next challenges in life. Let's consider the relationship from the perspective of someone involved. When things start to get tough, I might feel confused, not knowing what to do to salvage the situation. Perhaps I tried changing myself, tried compromising, but all the effort seemed not enough to keep the relationship from falling apart. In such moments, I often ask myself, what did I do wrong? What could I have done differently to make things better? However, when a relationship ends, it's important not just to focus on the mistakes, but also to recognize the lessons I can draw from it. I can learn to be more patient, to listen more, or to respect the boundaries of myself and others. Relationships aren't always smooth, but it's the difficulties that help me grow and understand more about myself and what I truly need in a relationship. The end of a relationship is also a time to look back and reassess my core values. Perhaps I was too focused on pleasing others that I forgot my own needs and desires. Or perhaps I was too stubborn in maintaining an unhealthy relationship, simply out of fear of loneliness or loss. When I pause and reflect on what has passed, I will realize that this ending isn't a failure, but a necessary step for me to move forward, to find true happiness and peace. In the end, I want to remind you, whether in work, relationships, or any aspect of life, always remember, everything happens for a reason. Sometimes the reason isn't clear right away, but if I learn and grow from those experiences, I will realize all of these are important steps on the journey to find and perfect myself. Trust that whatever happens, it's teaching you something valuable, and that will help you become a better version of yourself in the future. So if you found some value in these reflections, or if they resonate with your own experiences, don't hesitate to hit that subscribe button and share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear your stories and continue this conversation together.